We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here we go. Set. 180. Hey. 20.
There's Newton now on second down. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Set. 180.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. Oh, look at that. And some room to maneuver. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all The stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Powerful running. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they're to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down throw for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. It's Desmond Trufant. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Hey, Tuesday.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for.
Set. 180.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Set. 180.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Set. 180.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Set. 180. Express. Express.
To throw on second down is Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And here now come the Falcons. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Let's go.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st down, Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Coleman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 13-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And this is caught at the 8. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Buying time to it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point try, good by Gano. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, hey. Sit. Put in.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton escaping the pressure right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Robert Alford. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On second down, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now it's Ryan. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Now Ryan on second down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here's Newton now on second down. Flush to his right. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The shotgun snap for Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken at about the 36. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So out come the Falcons now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Hey, got it.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Second and 10 now. Ryan. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll toss it to Coleman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Hey, Tuesday.
Ryan. And incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Bryant tacks on the extra point. Back now here on EA Sports. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds some open. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 38.
Hey, Tuesday. Hey, right. Hey, South.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Well, he's got room. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Ryan keeps it on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Coleman now. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. It's Coleman here. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from having the lead. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's back to throw. Steps away. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise, because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
Back to throw. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Terrell McClain. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't